Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Eutaw Street Banter podcast. What do we got on this episode, Elijah?
We're going to talk about news around baseball, like how everyone's going tarps off all of a sudden.
Tarps off. How about on the injured list? Every Oriole, I feel like. But we do have some people coming off the injured list now.
Yeah, we're going to talk about how bad Trevor Rogers has been lately and what the Orioles' rotation and pitching staff looks like.
Speaking of bad, we're going to talk about the Orioles promotional giveaway. What is the best promotion giveaway they've ever given? And we'll talk about this year. Here we go.
Welcome to the Eutaw Street Banter podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Eutaw Street Banter podcast. I'm Cody, and with me, like always, is Elijah. What's up, man? How are you?
You know, I'm better than the Orioles, so that's something.
Yeah.
It's warm. It's been getting warm, I know.
It's hot.
It's cold. It's warm. It goes to cold. It's warm. It goes back and forth and back and forth. And so we'll be in another week of probably some nasty weather, and then it'll get really, really ungodly hot for a couple days before it gets cold again, and then it probably should consistently stay warm again.
Yeah. I mean,
that's your Eutaw Street Banter weather
update. Yeah,
and it doesn't matter where you live. It's always guarantee wherever you are, you can relate.
Yeah, this has been a crazy spring. It's not to make this a weather but yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather talk about the weather.
Yeah,
but no, let's get into some baseball. Baseball has been interesting this week.
Yeah. So getting into around the league news, what you got, Ledger?
Yeah, so I want to start off by talking about Pete Armstrong. And, you know, if you listen to some of our episodes, we have someone else that's on here, one of our other co-hosts, Greg. He's a Cubs fan, and I really wish he was here this week so I could ask him about this, because he's a high school baseball coach, and I would love to hear his perspective on what's happening. But Pete Armstrong just decided to go scream at a fan in center field.
She was yelling at him first.
Okay. So look, I understand you're not going to be happy about someone yelling at you.
Yeah.
But you are a professional athlete getting paid millions of dollars.
But they probably watches the NBA, and in the NBA, that lady would be kicked out of the arena.
That's true.
Because
true.
If she would have yelled at LeBron, it would hurt his feelings, and she'd have to leave.
Yeah, well, you don't want to risk him getting his feelings hurt, because he'd have to go sit out for 3 games.
Oh my gosh. Probably.
No, I understand you don't want to do that. And I saw some people comparing this to the Jaren Durant situation, which I think these are two completely different things. With Jaren Durant, someone that's been very outspoken about his mental health struggles and specifically attacking that about that person, that is awful. Getting that up in personal and really yelling at it for players, pretty crazy and stupid in my opinion in general, but that's a completely different situation. And yes, Jaren Durant doesn't handle those situations always perfectly, but that's a very sensitive topic. You've seen many players before, had a family member pass away, and then someone yells at them about said family member. I know that happened with Ketel Marte, I believe, last season. You're going to get them upset at you. That's reasonable. This is just a situation where he shouldn't retaliate. And I know he's been hit with a fine. I don't think they disclosed how much it was, but he's been fined. I'm going to be honest. I think it'd be more interesting if you heckle a fan. Come on.
Yeah.
Drop the gloves and enter the field play.
So how are you going to take it when you're walking the streets and everybody, sees you as, one of the hosts of the Eutaw Street Banter podcast, and they start heckling you? Well, would you yell at them too?
I would just be shocked that someone ran. Yeah. Whoa.
Well, yeah. You're like, yeah.
Well, the problem is, see, me and you never had hats off on this. So if I were walking without a hat, no one would know who I am.
You're right.
That's the problem, because people already do that in my day-to-day. I walked past a professor at my school, and I had a suit on for a presentation that I had to give, and I didn't have a hat on. She's like, I barely recognize you without a hat on. Because that's just someone that sees me like that every once in a while. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Moving on, though.
Speaking of not a hat on.
Yeah, not a hat on, not a shirt on. What else? Well, maybe we just need to start taking our shirts off for the podcast.
Yeah.
No, I'm still a little too pale. I was out in the pool earlier.
Yeah.
And it was nice, but I still don't have to fight the tan to do that. But yeah, I mean, it started off, the whole tarps off thing started in St. Louis, and it kind of got a streak going there. And Ali Marmol, the manager for the Cardinals, he said that he's going to buy out that section just to have them keep coming and doing that. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The thing I think's interesting now, though, is it's kind of become a movement where I've seen it at different 4 different places now have had like tarps off stuff. It's cool for the Cardinals. That started. These other places are just copying them. Just do something original.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. At the same time, it's cool. It fires people up, I guess. I don't know. You know, I find it odd though. Like I was scanning the crowd, and I would say almost everyone had their shirt off. But it honestly shocked me because the one thought I had is like, well, if there's a woman there, they're not going to take their shirt off. But there was no women in the entire section. So I don't know if they like were kicking women out, telling them how to go sit somewhere else.
No, I'm going to stay off the side.
Don't want to comment?
No comment.
I just found it interesting that it was just all, it's really honestly, it was all like 20 to 30 years old.
Elijah's like, I'm going to dive deep into this.
Well, no, like if you look at it, it wasn't like a whole bunch of old guys. Personally, I think that would be really funny. It was a bunch of like 75-year-old men.
Yeah.
But no, it was all young guys. I don't know.
Yeah. I know the Rays did it, so maybe that if there's old men anywhere, that would be.
They definitely are in St. Petersburg.
Yeah, right.
That's old people capital.
Yeah.
Now you know who I do feel bad for. I feel bad for JT Ginn. I hope I'm saying his last name right. Skinner Ginn, one of the two. But he just had a rough game. You know, takes a no-hitter into the 9th. First batter, Orioles legend Adam Frazier up to bat, gets a base hit, ends the no-no. Very next batter, 3 pitches later, Zach Neto walks it off with a two-run home run.
It's one of those things where, you know, you get mad at coaches a lot of times because they'll, like, right when that hit happens, they'll take the guy out, right? Yeah. And you're like, God, you could at least let him in and finish the game. That's why you don't.
That's exactly what I do. No, yeah, I saw a comment on Instagram, someone saying that, oh, yeah, it's all on their manager's fault, because you got pulled. But then someone did say the exact thing. If it's the opposite, if they pull him out, people are mad. It's a lose-lose situation.
What's hard about that is you have the adrenaline of the no-hitter going, and then once that is done, you kind of like calm down. Yeah. You kind of lose that little bit of edge that you had, and you start pitching more to contact rather than hitting your spot. But yeah, no, it kind of stinks for him. I mean, that would have been a great thing for his career. And obviously, we didn't have a no-hitter all last season, and now we still don't have one this season.
The drought is very long.
Yeah, and normally you'd have, 2 or 3 a year? I thought I was going to be at the one no-hitter last year when Yamamoto was pitching, and Holiday, hit the home run, and the Orioles came back. Did the same thing to them. But yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, as of now, the most recent no-hitter was a combined no-hitter, September 4th, 2024. It was Shota Imanaga, Nate Pearson, former top prospect for the Blue Jays. That he was supposed to be amazing. And Porter Hodge, the Cubs, they shut out the Pirates.
Wow,
long time ago.
What year was that?
2024. So I mean, it was the end of
crazy.
the 2024 season.
Wow.
The last solo no hitter was Blake Snell against the Giants on my birthday in 2024, August 2nd.
2024.
Yeah, same season. So everyone remember that. You better send me something for my birthday.
Yep. Yeah.
It's out there now. So
I mean, yeah, just cold hard cash.
Yeah. But the Angels, so they just got their win. You know it's not good for the Angels?
Yeah, when I was watching Grayson Rodriguez pitch the other day, I was looking throughout the crowd to see any of the crowd or the kid in the dugout started waving his arms like he saw an angel, sort of like in the movie. And nobody. No, actually, they all sat down.
I think that they might have been crying.
Whatever the opposite of angel is, that's what was helping.
Opposite angel. I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that. It wasn't that bad.
No.
But no, I mean, look at this: 17.18 ERA. Because he gave up 7 earned runs in 3 2/3 innings, and that's not going to get done for you. Hey, I know he's still got.
And as an Orioles fan, we would know.
And so this is my only thing is I can only foresee him going back on the IL after this game because that's the Grayson Rodriguez thing to do.
Yeah.
You know who really struggled though? It's Alek Manoah.
Man, he was like topping out at like 86.
Yeah, he came into the game after later in the game, and I know they got blown out by the Dodgers. I think they gave up like 16 total runs or something like that. But he ended up giving up 8 earned runs and only an inning in the thirds.
Yeah, that's crazy because I remember he was so good and he got really, really cocky, and that really is backfired.
Well, because I remember he was struggled for a little bit, and then he got sent down all the way to the Florida Complex League.
Yeah,
and this is real. I think the first time he's really made it back up since. I don't know. It's not been great.
Yeah.
On Orioles news though, they did make a move.
Big move.
This is going to be the season.
No. Yeah. Huge.
Orioles signed Tommy Pham.
Yeah.
Now, word of advice to everyone on the Orioles, anyone on Norfolk or wherever he ends up. Do not let him in your fantasy football league. Don't just trust us. Yeah. Look up Jock Peterson. Call him, and he'll tell you.
All I know is nobody wants Trevor Bauer because he's a head case, and then we get Tommy Pham.
Which he's just as much.
He's the Tommy Pham. He's the Trevor Bauer of the field.
Yeah, honestly, he might. Other than some of the legal stuff that he had happen, I would. Tommy Pham's more of a head case.
Crazy. This is so stupid.
Yeah.
So
I think.
Meanwhile, we wouldn't get Lucas Giolito, who just got his first win. 1-0.
Yeah,
for the Padres.
That makes too much sense, Cody.
Yeah, but that's my little rant. Yeah, so frustrating. Tommy Pham, I'm sure he'll be your starting left fielder before the year ends. Yeah, so we got a lot going on with the whole injury bug. I don't know if you've seen that part of the Orioles because it's pretty hidden. Nobody's really. You watch the Orioles, you see their lineup, you're like, who the world? Holiday is back. Jackson Holiday is back up. He just started this past week in the Rays series. Glad to see that. I really think you're not going to get the Holiday that you think you're going to get for this entire season, mainly because he's been struggling with the hand and from the hamate bone injury or hamate bone surgery. Sorry. So yeah, he is back, and that's good. At least we're starting to look more like the Orioles. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Wes, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, the intriguing thing that I'm really looking out for is who's gonna lose playing time. Because I mean, you look at this roster, everyone sucks. So Holiday's gonna play. I mean, he could suck too, and he's still gonna play because he's Jackson Holiday. He's gonna play. You look at the two clear guys that you might lose out on time, and it's gonna be either Kobe Mayo or Jeremiah Jackson. And it depends how the Orioles want to go. I'm intrigued by Kobe Mayo though. He's not done terrible lately.
Right.
Last 7 games in 23 at-bats, he's batted .261, .435 slug. He's getting on base a decent amount. He has 2 walks. I say only 6 strikeouts, but it's not too bad for what he's been doing this season. Got a home run, 3 RBIs. Does not look terrible. He's looked much worse the rest of the season than that.
Yeah, I mean, he's brought his batting average all the way up to a 183. Absolutely crushing it. He has to be in the top of the All-Star running for your left bench. But but okay, in all seriousness, he is doing much better. And as an Orioles fan, we need him to do much better. So I am hoping he does, even with my craziness and the way I talk. But I do want him to do better. I am not everybody's a Kobe Mayo hater. I am not a Kobe Mayo hater because the only way the Orioles succeed is if he succeeds. So I'm really hoping that he can turn things around.
Not necessarily. I mean, we could trade him for Mike Trout.
Yeah,
he doesn't need to succeed.
Yeah, we could have traded him for Mike Trout 2 years ago. Not really, but we could have got somebody for him 2 years ago. But we wanted to hold on to him because he was hitting a home run every other game in AAA. We just didn't realize that's all he can do.
There.
Yeah,
what if we pull an A's and we move to Norfolk? Maybe it's just the stadium. Maybe he's really good in Norfolk.
Yeah. Can you imagine going to an Orioles game and not God, that would be the furthest down you could possibly be. You have the most beautiful ballpark in baseball.
Yeah.
And now you're going to go to Norfolk, Virginia. Love you, Norfolk, Virginia. Love you. It's not Camden Yards. I actually like this place of Norfolk, Virginia.
You like it
better than Baltimore.
You like it for a AAA place.
Right. But I mean, I like the
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like if I want to walk around, I'm going to Norfolk, Virginia. I'm not walking around Baltimore because Ann Arbor can't get on. It's so good. But anyway, yeah. So hopefully he can turn around. He is doing much better though.
Yeah.
I think it might be a good thing to be able to give people a break here and there. Especially a Mayo, where when he goes on his 0 for 17 with 16 strikeouts,
you don't have to bat him 5th every game.
You don't have to.
We can bat him 4th.
Yeah. Speaking of somebody that's not going to be batting 4th or in anywhere in the lineup for this whole entire season, Jordan Westburg is out for the season. Tommy John surgery. This is the most Orioles thing that can possibly happen because normally all of our pitchers get Tommy John. So now, since all of our pitchers have been hurt throughout the season, and we're kind of running out on that.
Yeah.
We're moving it to our fielders. So now our fielders are going to start having Tommy John because we don't want anybody to feel
we want to share the wealth of Tommy.
Yeah,
John.
we're like, hey.
And so my major thing with this is I predicted probably at least a month ago or something. Say, just get him Tommy John already. Mm-hmm. They just held it off way too long. That's the Orioles ruined it. They messed it up. If you get, say, out of spring training when he got hurt, look at his elbow. You say, yeah, you can try to come back and play, and maybe it works. But he's already been injury prone in his career. You know he doesn't heal great.
He can't sleep right.
Needs a specific mattress for him. And then you come and you say...
He's like 24.
You come and say, you don't have to be ageist, Cody.
Yeah, all these young people get hurt way more than I've ever seen. I swear, not to go on a rant.
He's going to go on a rant.
Growing up, I mean, these guys never got hurt. And you know what?
He says growing up like he's 100 years old.
Like never.
Back in my day, we walked uphill both ways to school.
The biggest injury you always knew about growing up was Ken Griffey Jr. Like, that was the biggest one. When he went to the Reds, he got hurt all the time. But, like, other guys were just always dependable, you know? And now it just seems like, well, you know what? Everybody on everybody else's team seems to be pretty dependable. It's just the Orioles and Astros. Orioles and Astros. Those are your injury-prone teams right now. It's just nuts. It's just
so Cody, here's maybe one of the reasons. The average fastball velo was 88 to 91 miles an hour in the 1990s. And
well, then tell Jordan
Westberg
to stop throwing the baseball.
Well, I'm not just saying this is one of the reasons that they're better. Yeah. I would say the average MLB player in the 80s or 90s could pass as a plumber.
No, I disagree. I think in the 80s and 90s, especially the 90s, early 2000s, you had pitchers that could throw that hard, but you didn't. What you would do is you would try to hold back the velo. So you would go probably throw 91 to 92 consistently, and then when you wanted to have a 2-2 count, you're trying to blow a fastball by somebody. That's when you would give it the gas, but you wouldn't do it every time. You would pick and choose when you use.
He says this, but if he could throw 102 miles an hour, you would do it every chance you could.
They didn't. It's not how
no one could throw 100. There was maybe like 7 pitchers in the entire decade of the 90s.
There was 3 guys in the 90s that threw 104 plus each. Okay, that's not true. That's not just right.
Yeah,
but it's just so frustrating.
No, I definitely people get hurt more now, but
now I just talking about people that are getting hurt more. What hurts you?
What hurts me? Is this a therapy session now?
I'm just kidding.
The Orioles hurt me.
They hurt me. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So another hurt pitcher, Cade Povich, he received a cortisone injection in his elbow.
So he'll get Tommy John too.
He's done. And then Dylan Bieber is his right oblique.
So he'll probably get Tommy John too. It's not his elbow, but why not?
Yeah.
Let's just wait, guys. I have an idea. So this season's basically over, right? So what if you remember specifically in the 90s when they had the lockout for the CBA stuff? They were threatening to have like the replacement players come in and play. What if the Orioles do that? We take all of our main people and we go get like hip replacements for old people when they put like robo hips in you. What if we do that for like every player for like everything that could get hurt? Like, can we just throw a rubber band in someone for their oblique and stuff? Like what if we start doing that and then we'll be like a bionic team? They shouldn't be able to get. Then they just need like an oil change.
There was a lot of teams when I was growing up that were like a bionic team, and then apparently that's illegal now.
Well, I don't think we're talking different. I'm talking more.
There was a shot
hip
that you could get.
You're talking more,
or a cream. And you would have somebody. You would have somebody that would happen to give you the shot while you're not looking.
No, because you didn't know it was happening.
No, and
you didn't know it was happening until you got tested, and then you had to go in front of court, and then you're Jason Giambi sitting there saying that yes, I did him.
Yeah, whatever. All right, talk about somebody that could really use the roids to help them. Trevor Rogers.
I don't think he'd do anything.
Really struggling.
I don't think he would do it.
Actually, okay. In all seriousness, Trevor Rogers is struggling. A problem that let me drop this. He pitched against the Rays the other day. He goes 3 2/3. Gives up 8 runs, 7 earned, strikes out 3. The issue I have with this is Trevor Rogers' fastball was up by like almost 2 miles an hour. Everything was actually. Changeup was up. A curveball was fast. Speed was good. So one or two things. Either he's getting too hyped up and he's throwing his off speed too fast, which means if you throw your off speed too fast, it loses the break. So that kind of can hurt you. I don't think that's it. I watched the game. I swear, he's doing something showing his pitches. Maybe I could be totally wrong, but when you have, I don't know how many times it felt like, maybe it was only a couple, but it felt like he'd get 0-2 and they'd get a hit on him. Like they knew what was coming, and he's usually really good at putting hitters away. But
my only problem with that is if we're a professional baseball team with a professional baseball staff and full-time coaches, he's been this way for the past couple of games. How did they not figure it out?
Okay,
because I was hoping that it was injury related, because that was the easiest excuse in my mind to write off. That was an injury, but because his velos were down somewhat, but his velos back up. It's not injury then.
Yeah, no. I don't have time to look it up, but yeah. So you said a professional staff. Here's the problem with that: is most of our staff is all analytic based and have been in the league or in the coaching roster of an MLB team for less than 3 years.
Yeah.
So that's your issue. Like when you're looking at our entire coaching staff, the guy that has the most, well, I'll give Craig Evernez as the most coaching, history.
Yeah.
The next guy would be Buck Britton.
Oh, and Hank Conger. He's been around for a little bit.
Okay.
He's coached for a little bit.
Okay.
But he's also the
But yeah, so you don't have anybody there that has a massive amount of Experience. Thank you. Not knowledge. I'm not saying knowledge. I think everybody's smart. That's why you're there. But and moving on. But it just seems like Trevor Rogers really struggling. Really sucks. Because every week he pitches one time before we come back on.
Mm-hmm.
And the past 3 times has been pretty rough.
Yeah.
So pretty frustrating with that because he's the only way that we can turn this stuff around.
Yeah.
So frustrating there. And then it's just. The whole entire Orioles pitching has just been really rough. Here's a crazy stat for you guys. The Rays have the best ERA in all of the AL.
Was shocking. That's what the Rays do.
Yep. And there's 15 teams in the American League. Okay, so the Rays have a 3.03. Yankees are second with a 3.21 ERA. The Orioles are in 15th out of 15 in American League with a 5.24 ERA. And if it can't get any worse, in all of Major League Baseball, there is only one team worse than the Baltimore Orioles with their 5.24 ERA, and that is the legendary, terrible Colorado Rockies with a 5.62. So if you want to kind of think about this, if you're listening to this in the car, don't do this. But if you're watching this, close your eyes. Imagine the worst team in Major League Baseball. Like, it should be the Rockies. Now imagine the second worst team. That is Baltimore Orioles.
It's us.
Okay. Pitching.
Hey,
pitching.
At least we're good at something. We're good at being bad.
Yeah, we are.
I guess we're not, though, because we're still not the best.
We're not. We can't be the best at the worst.
This is my main problem, too, with that is the Rockies pitching, they're not just bad, but half of their games, they basically, imagine every team's on steroids when they pitch against their teams at home, because that's what Coors Field does to you.
Yeah.
They're that, take away Coors, and I bet you our ERA is worse.
Yeah, I know we were talking about it earlier, but Sagano, who was on the Orioles team last year, if he was on our team this year, so Sagano is pitching for the Rockies this year. He was one of our pitchers last year. We let him go because we thought we were going to be better. Now, if Sagano was on our team this year, he would be the best pitcher on our team statistically.
Yeah, our ERA is a lower ERA than every single one of our starters.
Yeah. So you say, okay, well, where does the issue lie, Cody and Elisha? And when we click on the stats, and you can do this for yourself, it lies with everybody except Rico Garcia, which he had a little bit of a struggle the other day. Cano has been solid. And you know what? I'll give Bradish an out. Well, Bradish has had two good starts.
Helsley's good when he's healthy, if he's ever going to be healthy again.
Helsley is going to be on a contract year. He's going to opt out after this year, and he is not wasting this year.
Yeah.
He's not.
It's really just everywhere. Anthony Nunez he's probably our third best reliever, and he's got a 3.68 ERA.
Yeah,
which isn't terrible, right? But shouldn't be your third best.
I think a lot Anthony Nunez is doing though is Anthony Nunez is still learning.
And he's been thrown into. He is like our most high leverage pitcher, just about.
Yeah. But so there's a lot going on there. Do you want to say anything else about the Orioles pitching, Elijah?
Yeah. They're just awful. I'll get more into it later.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna do something fun real quick. We are going to talk about the Orioles giveaways because we're trying to add something fun in each podcast. And last week we did a fun. One of my favorite things last week, probably one of my favorite things we've ever done on any podcast, was your rankings, the blind rankings. That was a lot of fun. So if you didn't watch that, just go back, watch the last third of that podcast, and you'll catch up right on that. Or you can follow us on our social sites because we have a quick little tidbit about how that went. Okay, so today is the best Orioles giveaways. The best one I have ever received is by far, I got all of them. I went to all the games. Was the Orioles bronze statues when they unveiled the legend statues in left center field. I got all of them. My favorite one was I think it was the Cal Ripken one I got. They were playing the Yankees. I remember the Yankees came back and the whole place was filled with Yankee fans. Yankee fans came back. We were down by 1. We live a couple hours away, so me and my mom then, she's still my mom now, but me and my mom were the only ones that went. Me and my mom sound like I had an ex-mom.
Yeah.
Me and my mom
broke up.
me and my mom went. Got tired because the Yankees came back, took the lead. I think they were winning by 2. So we get to the parking lot, and it's the bottom of the 9th. Orioles are batting, and then all of a sudden you hear the siren from and Adam Jones hits a walk-off home run. But anyway, so it's one of those things where you're welcome, Adam Jones, because if I would have stayed there, not a chance that happens. So that's my favorite giveaway that I've ever received.
And then I have one that I have received that I really want. That I was trying to rack up my brain of recent memory of what I want. I really want the John Means one of him in a tuxedo.
Really?
Do you remember that one?
No.
Yeah, John Means had a nice bobblehead of him in a tuxedo.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Was he pitching? Well, I'm sure we'll have the photo up. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see this. But
yeah, I don't even remember why.
Huh.
Oh yeah, it was the John Means Business.
John Means Business.
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny. I'm pretty sure they did it too. After like he was hurt and he didn't really pitch that much anymore. This was probably like 4 years ago, something like that. I don't know. I just think it's pretty funny because he's in a suit. Like you don't see that much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Looking at the best giveaways for this season, I went to one game that did have a giveaway this season, and that was the Orioles hoodie jersey with Kyle Bradish on Kyle Bradish's first start of the season, I think it was. Anyway, so I was at that game. We've been to a lot of shirt giveaways. This Gunnar Henderson shirt is a giveaway. Back in the day when we had the one of the best lineups I've ever seen the Orioles have, which was Jonathan Scope, Adam Jones, Manny Machado, Nelson Cruz. We got the cartoon one.
Yeah, I mean they had a lot of good
shirts. Miguel Gonzalez had his good shirt with the.
Well, and then I remember also we used to go to Fan Fest.
Oh yeah,
and then you get all of the giveaways that they had left over, so you got a lot from that too.
Yeah, that was fun. So this year, my favorite giveaway though is I was looking at this. I do like the hockey jersey, and usually I'm not a fan of other sports jerseys in ours, but the hockey jersey looked pretty good. There's a lot of I'm sorry, Orioles. Yeah, just to be honest, there's a lot of crappy giveaways this year. The Gunnar Henderson does have a bobblehead. I go and look at what that looks like. So hopefully it's better.
It looks crazy. My problem is a lot of the bobbleheads that are now being made look a lot cheaper than
they're all like plastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, and I don't know, Orioles fans, let us know in the comments. All the hats suck. Hats always suck.
Yeah.
Like I mean, just I don't need a hat with a massive.
The only people that enjoy hats that are giveaways at game are people that don't wear hats.
Yeah. So, and then my wife, her favorite one. I'll see if she actually listens to us this year. Is always the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
We go to a lot of the Hawaiian shirt games. We have quite a few of those. So yeah. What's yours?
I think I'm between either the Tupac giveaway. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Or I honestly thought the Jackson Holiday one was dog. Yeah. I don't know. Nothing else stands out like the giveaways this season.
Yeah. The giveaways feel a lot like this season.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the Hawaiian shirt giveaways, they're cool, but that every year. Maryland flag shirt every year. Like floppy hats every year. Like they need to have some more creative ones, I feel like, every once in a while.
And now it's time for Cody's rant of the day. Well, here's the dumbest thing ever is it's already frustrating when there's a giveaway for you to not, like, if you get there a little late. The Orioles are doing a thing now where if you buy a special ticket, they can make sure they get you your giveaway, which then you might as well pay for it. But anyway, the stupid special ticket promotional giveaway. You see it all the time if you're watching on Madison where they're like, oh, if you buy a special ticket, you get this hat or whatever. No, if it's not for everybody, it shouldn't even be accepted. Like, we're already having trouble getting 3,000 fans into Camden Yards. We don't need to make it any harder. We should be like, dude, if you come here, we'll get you a hot dog and a drink. You need a hug? We'll give you a hug.
Speaking of hot dogs, I feel like they should do like $1 dog nights. I know other stadiums do that. Or not. I mean, I understand $1 might be too cheap. $2. You can make it honestly $3 or $4, but pizza's still good.
Special ticket promotions. Yeah. Dumb. You need to cancel that right now.
Yeah.
What's your rant for
so
we saved a rant for the end, guys.
I said so if you don't want to hear me being negative, you can just turn this right off. But I think it's gonna play into the rest of the season pretty much. So I'm going to officially announce that the Orioles are done. Like I'm being fully I'll look you right now.
I love how he's looking at his computer screen. There's nothing on that.
No, it's actually, I'm gonna be honest. I shot him with this because I had this and it's just the segment's name is just Elisha and it's just blank. I'll look you in the eye and tell you this: the Orioles are done. I have zero hope left that they will turn it around this season. They have not shown that. Every time we get excited that they have one good game, they immediately go and lose 16-6. Or they drop 2 games they win a series against the Yankees, then they lose a series to the Washington Nationals. A team that, although they hit the ball a lot, score a lot of runs, their pitching is probably, I think, not looking at stats, would have to be bottom 5 in baseball. We stink. And I'm done pretending. I'm done being optimistic, I'm going to be honest. And I'm going to keep creating fun stuff because I'm still going to watch the Orioles. It's an addiction. It's really what this is at the end of the day. It's an addiction. But I'm going to watch the Orioles. I'm going to keep going all my stuff. But I'm not going to feel in myself. I'm not going to believe that there's no fight in this team. They don't care. I don't know if that's true, but it just feels like nothing's happening. And I hope they prove me wrong. But I don't think they will. I don't believe they will. And I truly believe that after this year, there's going to be a lockout, and the 2027 season is going to have a lockout, and Adley Rutschman is going to move on. We won't have Taylor Ward anymore, and we'll lose a couple of other guys, and we'll end up by the 2028 season. Gunnar Henderson will be traded before the deadline, and probably some of our other guys will. Basayo might even get traded. I know he's on a favorable contract, and we're going to enter another rebuild. And the Orioles aren't going to be good again until about 2032. That's what I fully like. That's where I am. This is a shorter version of the Adam Jones Orioles. For the 2010s, you had 2012 to about 2016, right? 4-year window. We had 2023 and 2024, so half that time. This is 2017. The next season is going to be 2018 where we trade everyone away.
Yeah, I think the frustrating part for this season, and it's okay, Elijah, this can be okay. But I think the frustrating part is since the week of April 20th, we have not had a week where we didn't give up more than 10 minutes. Like, our pitching is just atrocious. You're right. So let's say April 24th, we played the Red Sox, gave up 10. Well, we gave up 17. Sorry, April 25th, we gave up 17. All right. And then the very next week, you say, okay, well, then we had another bad week. And then it's just like over and over. Then, Yankees 12-1. And I'm just reading through here. We lose 13-3 against the Washington Nationals. Like, what? But it's just like over and over. Like, you can't expect the team to have to score 14 runs to win a game. And it is frustrating. I would love to give you hope. And I guess your hope is...
My hope's gone. No, there is...
The hope is that, the whole league sucks. Thank God. And we just suck more.
And see, this is the problem because the whole league sucks. I think that's why we still felt like we had hope. Because if we just were at 500, we would be in the playoffs. Like that's how bad everyone is. We can't get to 500. We're not that good.
I hear you.
And I hope you still have hope. And I hope you still believe something can happen because it's going to be really depressing for the rest of the season if we both feel this way. I realized it last night after we gave up 6 runs. I just realized it night after night, basically. I don't know. I don't want to say this, but Taylor Ward is going to get traded at the deadline.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I think we're trading away players. Pete Alonso is regretting his decision to sign with us.
Yeah, well, if he regrets his decision, he should play better too.
He can also wipe his tears with $100 bills.
Yeah. Is that what you do?
No. I have quarters.
Yeah, nickels.
Yeah, not pennies anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Can't even say that. Those don't exist anymore.
Yeah, pennies have been canceled. Yeah, it's been a frustrating year. Hopefully next week when we come on, we will have positive things to talk about. We say that every week. We've been saying that for 2 years.
We've been saying that since August of 2024.
Yes, we have.
It's never once gotten better, though.
It hasn't gotten better.
It's actually been a pretty steady decline.
Yeah.
I guess this offseason wasn't bad. Yeah. Why do us as Orioles fans do this to ourselves?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's an addiction.
Yeah, and this
is worse.
I guess
sports gambling.
I guess because we don't
believing. We don't have anything invested in this.
There's literally nothing that like if they do good, it doesn't help us at all.
Hell,
except mentally. So if you were wondering if you're aggravated as an Orioles fan, if you feel like you're the only one, you're not.
I can trust you.
Yeah.
Trust you that it's just
frustrating.
You're never as mad as me.
Frustrating. But just remember, hopefully next week, this is going to be a good week.
You'll have to see that from now on.
Next week, we're going to get back, and it's going to be a positive episode because we're going to be like, oh, my God, the Orioles turned around. We're 2 games out of 500. We're probably going to win the World Series. We haven't lost the game.
I got my negativity out of me. I'm done.
We haven't lost the game. We're probably not going to lose the game the rest of the season.
Nope.
Trevor Rogers threw a no-hitter. It's amazing.
The only thing I'll check you on that is I don't think no hitters happen.
Yeah.
I think
but just remember, stay updated with our website, eutawstreetbanter.com. Remember, we're on social media, so we're on all of them, literally. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, we're there. We put out videos all the time. Elijah puts out a video almost every time we win. Once a week. And then, man, if you're watching this, thank you for watching on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. Give us a comment if you would. And if you're listening, you're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And we can't thank you enough. We can't thank you enough for all the love you guys have been giving us. And reach out. We love to hear from you. If you have an idea of something else to talk about, let us know. If you disagree with us or agree with us, let us know. All right. We will see you next week on another episode here on the Eutaw Street Banter podcast. Thank you guys. See ya.